right. Today we'll be looking at something a little bit different. I know it's been a minute since I've been on here, but uh, one of the things that I was able to take and do while I was, had my unintended break from YouTube was look at some of the stuff I've been looking at. Look at some of the stuff that, or at least see videos or see the thumbnails for videos. I was like, I want to take a look at that. There's a couple of those. One of them is Brits Try Shrimp and Grits for the first time from the channel that I've talked about on here before, Jolly with Josh and Ollie. Uh, Absolutely love this channel. I can't react to their reacting to Louisiana soul food or Louisiana barbecue because, well, I've already seen them. But what I can do is I can look at them trying shrimp and grits. And the reason why I want to see this video is because one of my favorite dishes of all time is shrimp and grits. Like just growing up, Mobile, Alabama, they're on the Gulf Coast. You get Creole and Cajun cooking down there too. More of a Creole style cooking down there, but you get people that come over from Louisiana that moved it, so you get Cajun food that way as well. And shrimp and grits though is just one of my all-time favorites. I wish I would have saved and waited for looking at the Louisiana seafood because, well, there's a seafood bowl basically. They had crawdads, and it looked so good, and I'm so jealous. But we're not looking at that. We're looking at them trying shrimp and grits for the first time. So let's get to it.
I'm Josh.
I'm Ollie.
And today we're trying southern shrimp and grits.
Shrimp and grits?
Yeah.
Sounds like something you clear off the road.
Bro,
This place has come highly recommended. Apparently it's a specialty southern brunch.
Ollie, shrimp and grits does not sound like something you'd scrape off the road. Shut up. But I could not eat with that dude. Like he is, how dare he? How dare he?
What?
The main thing I know about brunch in the US is that they just drink. They drink alcohol.
They drink a lot of
It's
coffee.
crazy. People in England who drink at breakfast have a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
If you can't tell, there
Bro.
is a little bit of a southern hangover this morning.
All right.
We ate a lot of crawfish.
We had our own body weight of crawfish yesterday.
couple of beers. I had to crawfish out of bed this morning.
Yeah. It turns out like sucking that amount of cayenne pepper out of a crawfish head.
Yeah.
You feel it as it goes down.
You do.
All the
Well, as you fellas get older, you'll feel it even more as you take and have a seafood boil with crawfish like that. But you throw a couple beers on top of it, depending on how many a couple of beers is to you. Just saying. But I'm jealous because it looked hella good.
way.
But
So-
honestly, the longest tail, literally and metaphorically, was sucking on the head of that lobster. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Gravy biscuit.
Look at that.
Gravy and biscuit.
my
Oh my
gosh.
god.
Grandma's sausage gravy. This looks
Number one, that's not your regular sausage gravy. Like the sausage and biscuits, the gravy that you get, or the biscuits and gravy. Normally, the gravy that you get for the biscuits is not yellow or orange like that. It's white. Because the gravy that you put on for biscuits and gravy, that's one of the things that I've heard a lot of people in the UK say, I don't like gravy, but y'all are used to the ground gravy and light brown gravy and gravies of that color. You take actual sausage, you cook the sausage up in the pan, take the sausage out the pan, and the grease is left. You take and you make yourself a roux with some flour, some heavy cream, and with some milk, and then you let it all thicken up. You take and cook it up, let it all thicken up, and you put the sausage back into it. Not everybody takes the sausage out, but you put the sausage back into it, so you've got the sausage grease, and then you get the sausage itself, along with this roux that's this gravy that's made from this roux from the grease that was in the pan left over from the sausage. Cook it up, let it thicken up, and you pour that over the biscuits, and it's just heavenly. This looks like they've put some cheese in it, maybe some extra butter, so they got chives on top. I would definitely try that. That looks delectable. Looks absolutely just nice. And yeah.
It's like very different than the
It's
one we had the first
grandma's,
time.
not grandma's sausage. It's not sausage made out of grandma.
Sausage
Ollie,
on the gravy.
should not be able to
what.
eat with him.
Oh
I am
my
so
God.
up for this.
We literally haven't had this since we were last time in the south.
All right, let's do it.
Cheers, mate.
And of course, it's probably going to taste. Yeah, you can just see their faces like, wow, the flavor. We didn't have to subjugate half the world to find our spices and know how to use them. Just saying.
Wow.
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 Wow. That.
Wow.
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 That is the. It is.
Take us to the
Need
south.
more
Something
than
we're Owen
wow.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Wow. Last time we came, we said biscuits and gravy in the south. It's literally like an edible warm hug. And that's exactly what this is.
Yeah. Well, this is like a hug after 6 months apart.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's
You know, it's the fluffiest
My
biscuit.
As funny as Ollie can be, I love some of his descriptions. Like a hug after 6 months apart. Just absolutely fantastic alliteration there.
Oh, that's
You know, it's the fluffiest
My
biscuit. It's got a crispy
Wow.
exterior. The gravy is sausagey, but it's got a bit of heat at the back of the throat.
Yeah.
I love how they add the crew into it to allow them to try stuff as well.
Wow. We have to say more than wow, says Luke. First reaction. I know. Yeah, could you imagine? I think it's maybe my favourite thing we've eaten since we got to New Orleans, which is insane. We just had some of the best food. But I feel like I've done badly in this deal. That is a really intense looking cocktail. For brunch. Okay.
It's like you got hair of the dog, and they're talking about having a few beers from the night before and stuff like that, and being a little bit hungover. Like maybe hair of the dog here with the alcohol drinks.
For some reason, I didn't expect it to taste of alcohol because it's breakfast, but no, it does. It does. I've never had a Bloody
Spicy,
Mary.
Sour. Very intense. Whoa, I can see why you drink in the morning. That'll wake you up.
Now look,
Disgusting. How do we eat this? You're supposed to eat it like a sandwich. It's so fluffy.
Look at this guy.
Oh, and the
like a
chicken
pork
looks
chop,
juicy.
biscuit. Oh, it's
Fried chicken
chicken.
down in the south, man. It's
They
just
know
different.
what they're doing.
Look at that.
because we make it as soul food. Fried chicken is soul food, so it's supposed to have some of your soul within it when you make it. It's the reason why good fried chicken is going to be nice. It's going to be crispy. It's going to be tender. It's going to be juicy. It's not going to be KFC at all.
Wow. Okay, so spicy honey fried chicken.
Let's do it.
Fluffy biscuit. Oh, you're going into the gravy with the fried chicken.
Oh, he is so smart. That is so good. I'm
looks
guaranteeing that's
incredibly
so
good.
good.
That's the one. That's
Yeah.
okay. Okay, that's what he's missing.
Holy crap.
I'm really ready for that.
Oh my God. I think I actually forgot how good this gravy was in between
Everything's
bites.
better with that sausage gravy. American biscuits are just perfectly designed to soak up as much gravy as possible and just become this beautifully warm, hearty, mushy mess.
Bro, you have sausage and gravy is a meal in and of itself. It's not only meant to take and soak up. You could have a biscuit with some butter and some strawberry jelly or some grape jelly or something like that, and the biscuit by itself. If the biscuit's done right, one or two biscuits are gonna fill you up, right? It's gonna be light and fluffy, but at the same time, it's gonna stick to your ribs. Now you do something you do it well and you do it right. Put a piece of chicken in between, so the biscuit serves almost as a bun with the chicken in between, and you add some gravy, bro. That's flavor upon flavor. That's called goodness. You are getting what is called goodness. That's what you are eating. Goodness.
Unbelievable. Biscuits and gravy down south. If you haven't had it yet, you are missing out.
Shrimp and grits.
Wow. Okay. Just gonna say it. This looks nothing like the grits we had at Waffle House.
No. It also looks
Waffle House grits. That's not. No. You need like the grits you get from the box. The instant grits you get from the box look better than Waffle House grits. Now, granted, you can add what you want to the Waffle House grits, but just if you're not going to take and get the thing the grits and pour them in the pot after you've been boiling the water and make grits that way and add the salt and the butter and then cheese or whatever you want to, because grits are a carrier. So a lot of people don't understand. Grits are a carrier. I've heard people take it. Yeah, I had grits and I just didn't like them. And salt, pepper, butter. Add some cheese to it, some chives or something like that. Fantastic. I've heard people talking about adding sugar to grits. No, mofo. You do that to cream of fucking wheat. You don't do that to grits. Grits do not take sugar. Not unless you're a Yankee. All right? Above the Mason-Dixon line, you're a Yankee. And, well, not even above the Mason-Dixon line. Above Virginia and west of Texas. And even Texas is they're kind of their own thing. West of the Mississippi, you're a Yankee. You go above Tennessee, you're a Yankee. Simple as that. Above, we'll lightly include Arkansas. It's just they're a little bit weird, all right? But outside of them, to the west and north of them, you're a Yankee. You don't add sugar to your grits. Just, no. No. It's like adding ketchup to grits. No. My wife does it because she doesn't know any better. And, I guess at one point in time he did it caused the Great Depression to take and, extend what you have and add flavor to your grits. But normal people these days don't add stuff like that to their grits. Salt, pepper, some cheese, some butter. That's how you flavor your grits. Maybe a little bit of chives or something of that nature. Or you take and make a roux and you do like you're going to be doing some gumbo, but you just add some shrimp to it instead. Get a nice little sauce with the grits or with the shrimp. Put it in your grit. Put it on top of your grits, and you got shrimp and grits.
It's nothing like grit that you would scrape off a road.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. I'm glad about both of those things.
Yeah.
It's time.
Oh,
Some
that
cheesy
is
grits,
perfectly.
So this
some egg
perfectly
yolk.
done.
Whoa.
Okay. Number
That's
one,
really different.
it's better than Waffle House.
It's like incomparable. It's like a completely different food.
I
But the
don't-
texture's really unique.
It's like eggy porridge.
I guess. It's quite bitty though. Like porridge becomes mushy.
Yeah, if
this is
you
a bit
cook it
bitty.
well. It's undercooked eggy porridge.
Okay. I mean, you're not really selling it
No.
well. I really like that. Okay, I'm gonna try it with the shrimp. Cheers, mate.
Okay.
Wow.
It does kind of make sense as a breakfast dish. Very little chewing required.
Why is that necessary?
Jaw's not fully awake.
Sort of very reminiscent of a lot of
Ollie.
the food we've had here. Kind of got some of the similar spices to gumbo or something like that.
It's very, very close to soup.
Like a thick soup. The cheese.
You could take. I'm betting you could take the roux that was used for that shrimp and grits dish they're eating on right now. Just looking at it, you could probably take the same roux that was used for those shrimp that are put on top of those grits. Right? You could probably take that and instead of putting it on the shrimp and grits, you probably could have added some andouille sausage. You probably could have added a couple other things, some chicken stock or something like that. But that would have been your base. That roux would have been the base for what you're going to make for your gumbo. And that being there in Louisiana, I have a feeling that's exactly what the case of this might be. But yeah, that's, I don't know about the radishes, but the rest of it looks absolutely delightful.
cheesy grits are really nice.
Yeah.
And with the shrimp, it goes really well as well. Etouffee sauce, I think it's just a little bit too intense for the morning for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, etouffee
That's why you got
sauce.
Bloody Mary.
A little bit too spicy, exactly, like a Bloody Mary.
I want to try some of these grits on their own.
Grits just by themselves like that, without the etouffee sauce. Let's see.
Grits with etouffee sauce, man. Etouffee is just absolutely amazing. We know how to cook here. We know how to cook. Our soul food and stuff we know how to cook. Like grits, that's something that's introduced by natives here, but the seasonings and everything else, yeah, that's definitely from the Acadians that settled there in Louisiana, and the Creoles as well down in the region of the Gulf Coast, and yeah, that's wholly American food.
That is good.
Yeah,
That is good.
That's more cheesy.
I prefer that.
That feels very easy to eat at breakfast.
It's like a heated blanket for your gullet.
Exactly. We've got some slow braised short rib in here because why the heck not? America.
Slow braised short. What? As a breakfast? Oh my god.
Oh wow. Hangover bowl. You go for a few beers the night before. This in the morning. Oh my gosh. Massively hits the spot. I'm fully on board.
Grits, in my opinion, like shrimp and grits, or grits in general, in my opinion, is one of those dishes that, unless you can do it properly on your first go around, unless you find a authentic Southern recipe for the grits, and grits aren't hard. You just boil water. You take grits, it's like a cup of grits, like a cup and a half of water or something like that. But you or a cup 1-to-1, if I'm not mistaken, and unless you know how to properly make it to where it's not overdone or underdone, so it's not too gritty, but it's not clumpy or nothing like that. You don't get that grit from the grit itself, but it's properly done. And you add in the spices, or you make a roux. In my opinion, it's one of those dishes that's like gumbo, or it's like gumbo. It's like jambalaya. And some dishes like that we have here in the U.S. that, unless you experience it by someone who is well versed at doing it and does it really well, or at least does it well enough to where it does it well, like unless you can follow a recipe for it right on, unless you experience it by someone who has actually grown up cooking it and does it right, you're not going to understand the flavor profile, mouthfeel, and things of that nature that you're going to get from these dishes. We get all kind of flack here we get a lot of flack here in the U.S. about, there's nothing, what's really American food and blah blah blah. Well, soul food is an American food. Granted, one of the misconceptions is it's just like soul food's a product of former slaves and stuff like that, but that's not the case. Like, we've got a lot of stuff here we got stuff that's borrowed, but what country doesn't have food that's borrowed? Like actual soul food here in the U.S., it's uniquely us. Unique, because there's stuff that you can get here. Like how many of y'all have had collard greens with neck bone, or ham hock, a fat back? Like, trust me, there's certain foods here that, unless you have it done by someone who knows what the fuck they're doing, you just ain't gonna get it. And there's a difference between over seasoning something, because then you're gonna get a muddled flavor and you're not gonna get the flavor of what you're eating, and something that's properly seasoned but bursting with flavor, and you get the flavor of what's been cooked. Yeah, we got food here. Trust me, that's uniquely to us.
Yeah,
With Southern brunch.
100%. Wow.
Absolutely stunning. That said, when we came here for the shrimp and grits,
Biscuits and gravy.
biscuits and bloody gravy
tier.
stole the show.
Yeah. We should have seen it coming. Grandma, she always knows best.
Grandma's gravy.
Yeah. Is Grandma going to be cooking you a hangover bowl? No.
Probably
She's
not.
going to be furious that you drank too much the night before. You know what? You get bread and milk. and a stern talking to.
Yeah.
But joke's on her, we're actually having cocktails with this. So I don't know why she's serving. Honestly, the biscuits and gravy though, I don't know whether it's just because we're English.
Stole the show. Totally stole the show.
And biscuits are basically like scones but better. And the gravy, we've got gravy but it's better. So
I love that. Biscuits are like scones, but better. And gravy, but better. I love that because they're Brits and they grew up there. So
I don't know whether it's like playing to something that we're familiar to, but just elevating it.
Yeah.
I think for me, I can see that it's really good.
Yeah.
I can taste that it's good,
Yeah.
but it's like the first time you listen to jazz.
Okay.
You know it's good,
But it's also just a bit
it's
much.
also
A bit much.
A bit much.
Yeah.
You just want to crack Ed Sheeran on and forget your troubles.
Grits are growing on me though. Grits are growing on me.
I'll scratch them off.
That is one of the worst things I've ever heard. Oh, wow.
I could not eat with
Milk
Ollie.
and
He is
cookies.
just too
I thought it was
funny.
going to be like a little bit of milk. And what? Is that just cookie dough?
They gave us the mix now.
Oh,
It's hot.
warm.
It's hot.
This cookie
Bro.
is warm. The chocolate is melted. Heck yes. Wow.
Yeah, those look delicious. What? Come on, fellas.
I mean, there's nothing to say about that. You know exactly what that is and what that
Oh
tastes
my
like.
goodness.
That is glorious. Also, another genius concept. Cookie dough on the mixer. Like, this just is immediately so nostalgic. Takes you straight back to your childhood.
Oh wow, you're just biting straight off the mixer.
Wow. Wow, you're really going for it. Yeah. That's a taste of childhood.
There's some things that kids have that we just don't have enough of, and cookies and milk is one of them.
100%.
Being carried out of the car after a long drive is another one.
Really?
If there was a service where if you get to the end of a really long drive,
And you're a bit sleepy.
you can just order a massive man to come
And just
and
carry
pick
you
up
out.
out of your seat
Yeah.
and carry you and tuck you into bed and
Wow.
kiss you on the nape of the neck.
Okay. Yeah, it's getting weird.
I would do that. I would pay for that service.
It's getting slightly weird.
And you pretend to be asleep on the way up. I don't know what to say.
I'm ready to go back to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The perfect brunch.
And there we have it. Brits try shrimp and grits for the first. I'm telling you, dude, like there's certain foods that we have here that unless you have it and it's prepared by somebody who knows what to do, like they know what seasoning is. Like you got to take and get somebody who knows how to season food. Like it's just simple as that. Like there's too many people. Like there's people's potato salad is here that I won't even eat because they didn't use enough mayonnaise and mustard for this stuff. Like just saying, like they use Miracle Whip, and you just don't use Miracle Whip for stuff like potato salad. Just not a thing unless you're stupid. Just if you use Miracle Whip, that's on you, and you're just stupid. So I would say sorry, but I'm not because it's just how things are. Shrimp and grits, man, that's one of my most favorite dishes of all time. So that's one of the things I love about the internet, specifically YouTube, is being able to take and see an outsider's perspective on something that you absolutely grew up just loving. And I've seen them have fair foods and barbecues of a couple different natures. Like they've had Texas barbecue, Louisiana barbecue. I've seen them have like Taco Bell and like street tacos and things of that nature. And I grew up on the Gulf Coast, so I kind of wish I'd have saved them watching the video of them trying, saving the video of them actually trying Louisiana soul food, because it's Louisiana soul food is not different, not really much different. It's not really different at all from the foods that I had growing up there on the Gulf Coast of Alabama. Crawfish and soft shell crab, which soft shell crabs, grits, bacon, sausage, and egg it's my favorite breakfast of all time, followed only by shrimp and grits. And soft shell crabs is one of my favorite meals. Just one of my favorite 4, 5, 6 soft shell crabs. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite things of all time, regardless. So to see stuff like this for me, it's awesome to see somebody experience something from another country and realize that, hey, look, they've got stuff to offer that's we don't. Maybe we've got something similar, but it's done maybe a little bit different or a little bit better than what they're used to, and that's what you've seen. I mean, like one of the things here is British high schoolers try American soft drinks for the first time. Well, one of the other videos they've got is British high schoolers try American biscuits and gravy. And the response from that, oh, that smells foul. And they dig into it and it's like, oh my God, this is better than, like, it's stuff like that for me as an American is like satisfying to see. So I've been looking at UK stuff for 3 years now. And this is one of those things, see some of the stuff that like Brits trying that maybe others don't have access to that watch me. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this. Go to and I'll leave a link for Jolly in the description as well. Go show them some love. Some really good fellows to take and watch. I love the content they put out because they do all kind of different stuff. But yeah, y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.